Hey there, thank you so much for joining me today. This video is going to be my very first makeup haul in a year. It has been a year since I have bought makeup and I have a lot of products I want to share with you. I tried to rein it in. I tried to be smart and not like go overboard and buy a bunch of stuff. I still kind of went overboard. I have been using a lot of these things for a couple weeks now, and so I can give you some reviews on everything I've tried. I have a lot of products here though, so I'm going to do my best to be concise. So I'm just going to get started. The very first thing I want to show you is this palette here with a bunch of singles in there. The palette is actually new too. It's from Ofra, and if you can see, the line is in the middle and it actually opens like this. And I think the idea behind it is that you can set it up on your counter and use it as like a palette. Kind of gimmicky, kind of kitschy, but it was like $5 cheaper than a Z palette, and I kind of liked the idea. I think it looks kind of cool. Now for the singles inside. Singles were probably what I was most excited to try. So I sampled from a couple different companies. I tried not to buy too many at once, so there are a lot of other companies, especially indie companies, that I want to try, but I just haven't yet. So these three down here, these two I already owned. This little guy is a sample of Fireball from Urban Decay, and then Morocco from Anastasia Beverly Hills. This red one right here though is new. It's from Tarte. It's one of their Tartist metal shadows in the shade Revel. It's a beautiful burgundy shade. Really like this. I'm very glad I own it, and I'm curious to try other colors from this brand, from this formula. And then these four shades here are from ColourPop. I just kind of wanted some warmer and pinkier, peachier types of crease shades, so I decided to get these, and they were on sale. They were only like $2.80 a piece when I bought them. I wanted to get Glass Bull as well, but that one was sold out, so I'll just get that the next time I make a ColourPop order. And then these ones up here are from Makeup Geek. I wanted to try their duochrome and their foiled formulas, but I also got a couple matte ones as well. So this is Starry-Eyed, Phantom, Daydreamer, Hot Pants, Petal Pusher, High Wire, and Morocco. So I have two shades called Morocco in my palette. They're just from different brands, and I really like them. I have loved every shade. I've tried every single one. I've liked them all, and so I don't have any complaints, and I'm excited to try more single shadows in the future. The next two I wanted to talk about are actually Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks, and this is in Bitch Perfect. Bitch Perfect is a like peachier nude. It's a creamier formula. Pillow Talk is one of their matte lipsticks. This one is just one of their creamy lipsticks, and I really like this. This is a great peachy nude to pair with like more warm toned or peachy looks. And then Pillow Talk is one of their matte shades, and I'm actually wearing this today with just a little bit of Bitch Perfect on top of it just to add a little bit more moisture because it's a matte lipstick. I'm just really glad I own these. These are two luxurious lipsticks. I don't own any other bullet lipsticks, so I didn't mind splurging on these two because these are really nice nudes that I know I'll get a lot of use out of, and I just really love the experience of owning them. They're rose gold, they're really heavy, the packaging is really nice. It's just a nice experience to use these. Next was a couple things from Tarte's website. I got a duo, like an essentials kit of their lash curler and a mini of their Tartist mascara, and I had an old Tarte curler that had been a couple years old, and I wanted to replace it, and I'd kind of been eyeing up these bedazzled ones. They're really cute. The only thing is this one pinches my eyes. Like, they pinch my lids a lot more than the old Tarte curler did, so I don't know if it's just like a slightly different shape and I have to like learn how to use these ones again or what, but they're a little bit more painful to use, so verdict's still out on this one. I don't know if I'd recommend the bedazzled one. It seems to be different than their regular purple curler. But the mascara I really like. It has a plastic kind of prickly wand. I love the formula. I have short and really thin lashes. This adds a good amount of volume. It doesn't do a ton for length, I guess, but I do really like this formula so far. I'm really enjoying it. Next, I'm going to talk about a couple things I got at Ulta. The first one was the IT Cosmetics Lip Vitality Flush in the shade Je ne sais quoi. I talked about this, I think it was in my June favorites video last year, and I love this. I only had one for the entire year that I wasn't buying makeup, and I kind of relished it. It's a velvety, balmy, really moisturizing and thick, nice texture. It's a lip balm, but it changes color when it gets on your lips and adds a really nice pinky flush. Really like this. It is $20, so it's a bit of a splurge once again, but I really enjoy using this, so I'm glad I own it again. I got a couple things from Nyx. I got the Nyx Jumbo Eye Pencil in the shade Milk. I wanted to use this as an eyeshadow base to kind of make my eyeshadows pop when I'm doing a more bold look. If you're looking for a affordable white eyeshadow base, I definitely recommend the NYX one. I also got the NYX Epic Ink Liner. Fun fact, I bought this like on the first day of January when my no-buy was over. I went into the store and got this because I'd been really curious to try it. And then I went home to my parents' house and my mom saw it and she was like, oh, I've been looking for a liner just like that. And I was like, okay, you can have it and I'll just pick up another one. So this is the second one I bought. The first one my mom kind of took. Which is fine. I don't have any problem sharing with her, but it was just funny that she liked it just as much as I did. So I got a new one. It's very pigmented. It dries matte. It says it's waterproof, and I believe it. It's long lasting. It's very like pigmented, and I like the shape because it's long and it has like a really fine point on it, so you can really get a nice sharp wing. But it has like a more flexible, I don't know if that's a brush tip or what, but it's a little bit more flexible, so it's a little bit easier to maneuver, and I really like it so far. And the last NYX product I got was the NYX Très Jolie Gel Pencil Liner in the shade Brown. I've been using this in my upper lash line. It doesn't really show up in my lower lash line. I think what happened is I bought this on clearance, and I just think it's very old because it seems like a drier formula than I thought it would be. When I hear about this, I hear that it's very creamy and pigmented, and you put it in your waterline and it stays there forever. I'm going to go into the store again, maybe a different store, and try it again and see if maybe the tester isn't a little bit creamier than this. If it is creamy, I'll just get another one because I want to believe that this is better than it is. I just really want it to work, so hopefully I can get a new one and it'll be better. I got an Essence mascara. I was going to get the Lash Princess, but they didn't have it in the store that day, so I ended up just getting the False Lashes Dramatic Volume Unlimited mascara. The wand is fine, I just don't like the formula. I've had this open for a couple weeks and it still hasn't dried out. It's a very wet formula, and it just kind of clumps my lashes together and it's just very messy. I'm not a fan. I still prefer my Lash Princess, so I think I'm just gonna buy that next time. And then this one was a gift with purchase. It's from Julep. It's called a Cushion Complexion 5-in-1 Skin Perfector with Turmeric. And so I don't know if this is technically a concealer. It doesn't have enough coverage to be a concealer in my opinion. But I just prefer really, really high coverage concealers. It's one of those things where you push it up and product comes out. It's a little bit more yellow than I would prefer in a concealer. I'm guessing it's kind of like the YSL Touche Éclat and the other products like that where you use it to kind of just like brighten up certain parts of your face. I've been using it for that and it seems really nice. It has a nice pigment and it does dry down pretty nicely, so I will continue to use it like that. I don't think it's pigmented enough to use as a concealer though, unless you're looking for a really lightweight, more natural looking concealer for the day. I'm going to quickly talk about the other products from ColourPop that I got. I got two of their Lippie Stix. The first Lippie is a cream formula. It's in the shade Aquarius. Beautiful shade, very beautiful. It's got a nice formula. It's very creamy and moisturizing, so it's really great for every day. The only thing is I hate the way this tastes. It tastes disgusting. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know if this is just incredibly old and it's off. Let me know if you guys hate the taste of the cream formula too. I do really enjoy the matte formula though. I have the shade Lumiere. This is also a very beautiful shade. I've worn this in a video in the past. I like the matte formula. It's a comfortable matte, but it definitely is longer lasting and it definitely stays put. So I don't mind wearing a little bit deeper of a shade in this formula because I don't feel like it's going to move around. Really, really like this. I've really enjoyed wearing it and I want to get other shades in this formula. Next, I got the ColourPop Brow Pencil in the shade Dope Taupe, and I've already lost the little cap for the spoolie. The spoolie is nice. I like that it's a very, very thin pencil. The only problem is the shade. It's a little bit too dark and a little bit too warm for what I'm looking for. I thought with the shade name Dope Taupe that it would be more cool and maybe more appropriate for a blonde. I'll be sure to use a very light hand whenever I use it, but I probably won't get this one again. And also be careful, if you're trying to like twist it up to see how much product is in here, it doesn't twist down. So just be careful, don't do that. I almost did that and I almost wasted the entire thing. And the last thing from ColourPop is a Super Shock Cheek Pearlized highlighter in the shade Flexitarian. And I'm wearing it today, but I'm just wearing like a really light layer and I really like it. It's definitely not an everyday type of shade. It's definitely very like in your face. At first I was very turned off by it because I was so used to wearing really natural, like everyday super soft highlighters. This one's just like so in your face that it was like a shock to me. But now that I've been using it a little bit more, I really do like it. I like the formula, but yeah, so far I'm really enjoying it. And the last brand I'm going to talk about is everything I got from Jordana's website. I was very curious to try stuff from this brand because they're very affordable, they're cruelty-free, so I just wanted to try a bunch of their really popular products. The first being the Best Lash Extreme Volumizing Mascara. I have a full size and 2 travel size mascaras open right now, and I don't want to open a 4th one. I feel like that's a bit of a waste. So this one is still in the plastic. I haven't tried it yet. I want to wait until the other ones are used up before I do, but I will definitely let you know what my thoughts are once I've used it for a little bit. I have a brow gel from Jordana. It's called Fabu Brow Shape and Set Gel. I'm in the shade Blonde. The brush is nice. It's just maybe a little bit longer than the Essence Make Me Brow or the Benefit Give Me Brow. It doesn't have the fibers like the Essence Make Me Brow, and it doesn't really have any pigment to it. And also, it doesn't really feel like there's anything in your brows. I don't like when brow gels make your brows feel crunchy. I don't like that, so I do like that it doesn't leave any major residue, but honestly, this really doesn't do anything for me, so I'm not a fan of this. It's $1 more expensive than the Essence Make Me Brow, and I prefer the Essence Make Me Brow because it does have some pigment to it, and it does have fibers in it as well, so it really is good at filling in those sparse areas and really kind of bringing everything together. This one just doesn't do anything, so I'm not a fan. I do have a pencil liner here. It's the Jordana 12-Hour Made to Last Liquid Eyeliner Pencil. It's in the shade Aqua Stone. It's this beautiful blue color. I bought it originally for my mom because she was on the hunt for a nice blue eyeliner. She's always used the Urban Decay eyeliner in the shade Deep End, and I think she wanted something like more blue, not as teal, and so I thought this would be good for her, and I do intend on giving it to her eventually, but I've been using it. I actually wore it in my most recent video, and I'm really liking this color. I actually really like the formula too. It does stay in your waterline, it's long lasting, it doesn't get like dry and cracky at all, it just kind of stays a really nice consistency on your eyes. Long lasting, great formula, great color. I'm interested to try other shades from this range as well, and I will eventually give it to my mom, I promise. Next, I have 3 liquid liners from Jordana. I was really excited to try these because I always heard that the Jordana liquid liner was really great, but I could never remember which one they were talking about, so I thought, okay, I'll just pick up one of each. They range from $3 to $5, so I felt okay buying all of them at once because they're very affordable, and I was just curious to see what they were like. The first one is the Jordana liquid liner. It's all it's called. It has the silver cap, and I don't really love this one. It's very patchy. Like, you put it on and you can kind of see the streaks, and it's hard to go back over it because it's a very wet formula. All 3 of these liners have very wet, watery formulas, and I just wish that they were all a little bit more pigmented. But this one, it's just okay. The brush is really nice and thin, so I do like that. But it's just the formula. The formula's not really that great, so I'm not a fan of that one. The next one is the Cat Eyeliner. It's in the shade Black Leather. The brush is very similar to the liquid eyeliner. I don't really see a big difference between the two. And once again, this one has a patchier formula. It's just really liquidy and not as pigmented as I want it to be. And the last one is the Jordana Eyes Fine Liner. And this one definitely has a thicker tip to it. This one dries the most matte, so this is definitely a matte formula. It has a little bit more pigment to it and it's a little bit easier to layer, but because the tip is more stiff and a little bit thicker, it's hard to get that really thin, fine line. So if they could take the formula from the fine liner and put it in the packaging from either the regular lip liner or the cat eyeliner, I think they would have a really special thing going on. I will continue to use them more. I think maybe I'm a lot more used to using pen liquid liners, and so these ones might have a little bit more of a learning curve for me, but those are my impressions so far. The next product I have is a baked eyeshadow. It's in the shade Orange Shock, and it's very beautiful. But I actually bought it because I want to use it as a blush. A lovely subscriber, Ashley, emailed me and said to try this out because it might be a potential dupe for the NARS Taj Mahal blush, which you guys know I'm trying to find a cruelty-free affordable dupe of it so that I can declutter that one at the end of the year to make sure that my makeup is 100% cruelty-free by the end of 2018. I have a dupes video coming up, and I may or may not mention it in that dupe video. But this is a beautiful shade, definitely beautiful as an eyeshadow, but also really nice on the cheeks as well. You have to be careful, it is pigmented, obviously it's an eyeshadow, but I think it's beautiful and I think it works on any skin tone. And the very last product is a Jordana Sweet Cream Matte Liquid Lip Color. This is in the shade Creme Brulee. I really like this formula. I think I've worn it a couple times in my past videos. It has a nice sweet smell, it doesn't taste like anything. It's a matte liquid lipstick, but it's not super drying. It's affordable, it's a beautiful color. Really a big fan, definitely going to be trying more shades from this range in the future. And that is everything I have. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope this video didn't end up being too long. I was just really excited to share with you all the things that I bought and have been trying in the past couple of weeks. Let me know if you have any of these products and you like them and why. Let me know if there's anything from these brands that I've missed, any eyeshadows that I've missed, or anything from Jordana or ColourPop that you think I should try, and I will be sure to try them later on. But in the meantime, that's everything I have. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys!